Alright, this was anticlimactic, and the simple adjustment was just the Wolves doubling Nikola every time. Their rotations out of that were keeping the Nugs on the outside, and that just forced them to settle for way too many threes in the first half. The looks weren't bad at all, but if the shot isn't there early, there had to be a concerted effort to get downhill to try to establish an inside presence and get into a rhythm that way. But that didn't happen, and they just shot themselves into a huge hole by doubling down from deep. Now those threes start to become turnovers at some point, on top of their actual turnovers, and all of those compounding showed during that ridiculous 27-2 momentum avalanche in the first. Giving any team that many easy ones is always going to lead to a rhythm, and once the Wolves established that quick, the game was over there. It was obvious the Nugs' offense was affecting their defense because the effort just wasn't there the entire night, and it showed on their closeouts, their rotations, and especially on the boards. The Wolves just dominated every aspect of the game, and some of that was just having Mike back. Ant wasn't required to do all the playmaking, and between the both of them, the Nugs just had to honor too much of their offense. Ant was giving it up early whenever he saw two for the backside advantage, Mike was running that two-man game with Rudy, and the both of them were always finding their bigs to exploit mismatches. Every time Carl or Nas had a size advantage in the post, they were scoring, or the Nugs were forced to double, and that was constantly putting them in a scramble. Jaden was the biggest beneficiary on that second side throughout, and it just reminded me of the second half of Game 2 where Mike continued to feed their bigs. Beyond his points or assists, just his IQ and understanding of what their advantages in the half-court has been just as important as Ant or Carl being aggressive. This was as methodical of an offensive game as I've seen from him, and he's showing the real benefits of a steady point. Just watch the tape.
He lays it in.